How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, I'm out for a wee my daily morning walk. Tuesday morning, probably about 9:20 in the morning, and just wanted to do a wee bit of a ramble, just to give you a bit of an update on what's happening in my world, my photography world. Basically, on Sunday I posted 3 photographs up on my Facebook page, and all 3 of them were well received. One of them in particular, though, really, the reception it got, it's just blown my mind. It's a photograph I took in 1988. A guy called George, a shopkeeper in West Belfast. If you're not familiar with West Belfast, do a wee bit of a Google search on it. But the photograph was took in '88, and it was ahead of the troubles, and people were being shot and bombed and things like that. Thankfully, them days are gone, and hopefully they stay gone. But it was at a very tense time in Irish history. And George's shop, he opened in the middle of the night. I think it was about 9 o'clock at night till probably 6 a.m. Now, those of you not from Ireland, they're not from places who use a 24-hour service. At Belfast, and especially West Belfast, that was unheard of. Nobody done it. Not even the supermarket chains opened. Not even the petrol stations, the gas stations, wouldn't have even opened 24 hours at that time because of the risk involved in it. But George, he kept the shop open, and he was a great character. Strong man, very dry wit, good humour on till him. Just watch myself on the road here. And I went in one night about one morning about 3 a.m. and I took 2 photographs. And one of them was completely blurry. Available light, it was Olympus OM2N. I think it was 400 ASA or ISO, depending on what part of the world you're from. But it was just a photograph because it documented a local character. Never thought much about it. In the context, wasn't in the front of my mind. Go through my negatives, seen it, scanned it, and I put it up on the Facebook page. And that was on Sunday, 2 days ago. Well, not even 2 full days ago. And there's 400 odd views, or 400 likes on it, and 70 shares. And I'm not into likes and shares and for the sake of ego purposes, but what I am into is when you see the comments from people and so much love being shared for George. Not my photograph, that's not why they liked it or they shared it. Well, technically it is because I took a photograph. It's because of the character in the photograph, and that's what I wanted to talk about. A lot of photographers, they can get wrapped up in their own self ego, the opinion about themselves, as if I took that photograph, I'm the creator of that piece of work, that's my image, and I don't work that way. Of course I'll have the copyright, I would enforce my copyright like anybody would, but I've always, when I used to teach photography years ago, the first thing I taught the students before I even taught them how to use a camera was what photography should be about. It should be capturing the present, so those in the future could be looking back at the past. And when you were taking a photograph, it's easy just to think of this moment in time. I'll take a photograph, I'm going to put it on the Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and we think it's just for this moment in time. It's not. Well, it shouldn't be. It should be for the people in the future to look back, even you to be looking back at this slice of time, looking at it and actually saying, geez, I remember that. And that's what it's all about. It's you're capturing it, not just for this moment, it's actually for the past, or sorry, for the future. Coming up here, it's going to be sound effects here. A couple of dogs, the neighbours' dogs, and they're a bit boisterous. I don't think they attack me if they came out, they'd probably lick me to death. But they're noisy. Thankfully I'm not living next door to them. But as I was saying, so what I want you to do is just look at your photographs and capture, when you're taking a photograph, try to think beyond this time here. Oh, crazy horse. So basically try to see beyond this moment in time. put a bit of care into what you're documenting. Document your own neighbourhood, your own area. It doesn't matter whether you've got, you know, small camera, a large camera, but document them. Take note of the date when you took it, and who knows, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years time, people could be looking back on your photograph and getting enjoyment of it, not because of how you took it. And that's what I'm trying to say to you about that photograph of mine. You know, I'm grateful, so grateful for people to take a time out and to give it a like and to share it. Of course I am, because it's sharing my photograph, it's sharing my slice of time, but it's also embracing their slice of time, and that's what it's all about. So whenever they're liking the photograph, they're not worried about, you know, the lighting, they're not worrying about, you know, the shutter speed I'm using. Got a bit of a girly bark, hasn't it? Not too sure if it's a male dog or a female dog, but it's got a bit of a girly bark. Yeah, so people are sharing it, liking the photograph, they're not worrying about, you know, the techniques behind the photograph, or what shutter speed I shot it on, or what film. I captured a slice of time that resonated with people. And I think sometimes photographers can get too sidetracked on the image of what other people may like or dislike, and they forget to actually just take the photograph. And just showing you where I am, taking you out for a wee walk with me here. So basically, they forget, you know, what the purpose of photography it is. If it's just a snapshot you're taking, then it's just a snapshot. But in the same breath, that snapshot, you know, should reflect something. Try to, you know, that it's going to be interest of people in the future, or it's going to be an interest for you in the future. And if it doesn't, if you've just took a photograph, or you're about to take a photograph as a snapshot, and it means nothing to you, don't waste your energy. Don't be wasting your time to doing it, because it really is a waste. And put a bit of heart into your photographs. Take them because you're interested in them. But I would definitely say, you know, document where you live, document the people in your neighbourhood, the cars even currently now. You wouldn't have to look at the digital cameras. It's lovely walking on these trees and all the leaves falling. Here I am in autumn, and you know, look for something that's going to date the photograph. Take details, put it in there. I'm rambling a bit, but that's what this channel's all about, just free flowing and rambling. But I have to say, George, he's passed over in the spirit, I hear. Just showed you, so many people knew him as George. Not many knew his surname. I didn't know his surname, but his surname's Devlin, George Devlin. In fact, for about 2 years I was calling him Morris. Don't know, somebody must have told me his name was Morris, and every time I went in the shop at night time I was calling him Morris, and he just smiled at me. He must have said, "Who's that, head case?" But he never told me that his name wasn't Morris. That shows you a strength of character. That's where there's no ego involved in the man, and nor was there. So you go. George has passed over in the spirit. I'm glad I took his photograph. Technically, what's a photograph like? Available light shot, Olympus OM2N. I think it was 400 ASA. More than likely probably 35mm lens. Doesn't matter. Photograph somebody that a lot of people like, and brought back happy memories to them. So win-win-win situation. Guys, there you go. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. You could follow me on Twitter and on the Facebook page, and you can also check out my website, rambleswithmycamera.com. And watch out for the next video, and remember, take some photographs, guys. You know, capture the present so those in the future can look back at the past. See you later.